Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. If you're new here, I'm reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 1. And if y'all hear some noise, my window is open. Like, it's crazy over here on the East Coast in the tri-state area. Like, 1 minute, I got my heat on. It's freezing. The next minute, it's 72 degrees and I'm burning up. So, I don't know what's going on. The weather is just acting up right now. But y'all, this first episode is pretty good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I think it's going to be a good season. Everyone's watching. So let's go ahead and check this out together. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Y'all already know what I'm trying to do. Grow my channel, of course. So definitely help me to stay motivated and help out the algorithm by doing those things for your girl. And I'm going to go ahead and get into it. I just got to say one thing. Ashley back going to be on fire. She going to need some Ben Gay by the time she get done carrying this season. Because Miss Ma'am, yeah, she carried the episode. I'll say that. She was the storyline of the episode. So we start off with Giselle and Karen preparing for a chilly picnic in the park. I say chilly because Karen had her Burberry jacket on. Giselle had a sweater on. So it looks like it was pretty brisk to me for a picnic. But a lot of people were outside. You know, they want to see the sights over there on that side. Glad to see Giselle and Karen are on good terms. So let's see how that goes the rest of the season. Will they remain on good terms? So Karen mentions Ashley's divorce. We getting it started. This is where it starts and it don't stop. And, you know, she's just wondering, like, how did it get there? Like, how did we get to this point? And Giselle's like, her husband is Michael Darby. Like, Michael Darby, we don't got to question how they got to this point. Like, that says it all right there. All we got to say is his name and we know. So, in Giselle's confessional, she looks awful. And not she looks awful because she is beautiful. But her outfit and her wig, I ain't want to, be critiquing the girls down to the ground like, some people like to do. But Giselle, she is trolling us at this point. Like, she is wearing these outfits and these wigs. It's like costumes for her. It has to be because nothing else makes sense. I think she's doing it on purpose just so we can continue to talk about her. Because if we really want to be real, like, Giselle never really had much of a storyline. I mean, truth be told. But back to it. So Robyn arrives with a new hair color, and I think it really fits her. It looks nice. And the ladies are having cute banter. And Karen says she's 17 years younger than Ray. Giselle said, a few years ago you were 14 years younger than Ray. So, and Karen, like, you got me confused with Mia. Like, it was definitely 17. I think I believe Giselle on this one with the 14, and that might be pushing it to the limits. But that's just my opinion. So, speaking of Mia, the ladies are talking about Mia and her social media posts with, the whole cancer thing and the scare and what she's been posting. They feel, not Karen, but the other ladies feel like she may be seeking attention. Karen wants to hear her out. Like, let's hear what she has to say first before we jump to that conclusion. But Ashley said her credibility, is, we can't really give it to her because she's been fibbing in the past. So since, she has a history of telling tall tales, we've got to question this. Then we get back to the divorce because that's the hot topic. And the ladies want to know, like, why is she divorcing? She's divorcing because her bag is secure. Duh. She had to wait out them 5 years. She gave it an extra year or two to make it look like she really was committed. She secured the bag. Period. But that's just my opinion, allegedly. Ashley said that she's buying a house with him in their business name. And, okay. So we see Candace, and she's going to freeze her eggs because she wants children one day, just not today. Candace says she's re-releasing her album. And I'm like, re-releasing? I forgot it came out the first time. I'm sorry, Candace. I forgot it came out. Re-release it and release it again and again and again till you get them sales you want, honey. I just feel like if you're going to re-release it, like, what does that do for the numbers you had the first time? Are you adding new songs? Like, what's the point? Like, okay, not my lane. Let me get out of it. She says she's open for SWV and Faith Evans, that's very nice. Congratulations, Candace. Candace doesn't like Chris' schedule at his new job. He's a GM at a restaurant now. You know that requires all types of hours. You working in a restaurant in that industry, so you typically don't work like 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. So I mean, it is what it is. She wants him to have like 2 set days off. It's probably not going to happen with his line of work. And she just wants some consistency. So during the ride home after the visit with the doctor who's going to freeze her eggs, she's complaining yet again about his inconsistent schedule. And he's like, neither one of us work consistent schedules. And he's getting upset because she can have her career and work whatever schedule she'd like, but he can't. Y'all need to think about this for y'all had this child now. So Charisse is back as a friend of the show, and these glasses are irritating me. Or maybe my wig is tight. Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. It's like the man. Anywho, but I must be able to see. Let me try another pair. Hold on. There we go. I would get contacts, but I used to wear color contacts back in the day when I didn't need glasses. And now I can't stand like putting something in my eyes. So there's that. So Robyn says she's known Charisse out of all the women in the group. She met Giselle through Charisse, and all the little ladies pretty much, the OGs, they met through Charisse. So Charisse is the real grande dame of Potomac, in her opinion. But Charisse is just friends to the show, so there's that. And Robyn, you better stop pushing. She the grande dame, and she the one for you lose your spot, and you become friend to the show. Just saying. Charisse asked Robyn, if she picked a date for her weddings. They were talking about their dating life. Charisse is back on the market. She's freely dating, doing what she want to do. But she like, did y'all pick a date? Of course not. Like, why are we even at? Like, I guess we just gotta ask. So we just gotta ask. They might not ever pick a date. Honestly. I mean, at this point, they was already married before. They could have just eloped and called it a day. So, no, she didn't pick a date. And it went down like the long history between her and Juan throughout the seasons of her thinking, her wanting, at one point she wanted to be married, from her saying, I want to get married. I think we'll get married in a year and a half. And they showed a flashback of Andy saying, like, I'd love to see what happened in a year and a half. A year and a half was years ago. Finally, he proposed, and nothing after that. So he's playing in your face, and I think it's always a red flag. I know some people don't rush, like after they get engaged and they were buying a house and whatever, life happens, it slips away and it gets away from you. But when like years start to pass and there's not even a discussion about it, 9 times out of 10, like it's a red flag. I think they both are just settling for each other at this point. Like they're comfortable with each other, and that's it. But as of now, it's not happening. But Robyn wants to discuss a prenup. Wow, how are we discussing a prenup and we're not even discussing a wedding? We're discussing a prenup and we're not even talking about a wedding date. So what are we talking about? But Robyn says she signed a prenup the first time they got married. So when they got married in the past, she was just a housewife. She signed a prenup. She didn't feel like she should get half of everything he earned. Now she's the breadwinner, so she doesn't feel like he should get half of everything she's earning. Aside from her hats in this show, I'm trying to understand, but I guess it ain't for me to understand. Charisse feels like Juan does deserve half. If he didn't get half and she signed the prenup the first time, that's the end of the conversation. She signed it when it was his turn. It's her turn now, so he should sign as well. Period. Point blank, end of story. Robyn goes off and discusses Ashley's divorce. What this had to do with anything, I don't know. But I guess we got to get the heat off of her non-marriage and talk about Ashley's actual marriage and her divorce. That may or may not happen. And, basically the ladies don't believe that she's getting divorced. Side note, just thought about the wedding. Like, Bravo typically, when they be filming these weddings, and this wedding is a long time coming, we don't see anyone else on the show getting married at this point. All of the ladies, most of them pretty much are already married. So unless they're bringing someone new in, this would be a perfect wedding special opportunity. So I'm sure Bravo will pick up a good portion of the tab. They just don't like, y'all just not gonna do it, period. So allegedly. But anyway, Mia has moved to Potomac. She's officially living in Potomac. Where was she living at before? She's moved, and she's Karen's neighbor. She moved down the street from her. They're renting for the time being, and they said her rent was $10K a month. So I thought my rent was high. Styles P high. Snoop Dogg high. Like high to the sky. Like slap high fives with the Lord himself. But $10,000 a month. If y'all got it to spend it then. It looks nice. It's a nice home. And then she said she still spent about $65,000 on like upgrades to the home. What are you upgrading in somebody's home that you're renting? I don't know. But anyway, Mia says her relationship with her mom, she goes, she says up and down. So Mia says she had lumps in her body and she's not sure where it's coming from. Sounds like she's not sure what it is either. And so I'm just questioning at this point, like, okay, you have lumps in your body. It is scary. It is concerning. But until you know for sure what's going on, I can understand why one would seem to think that this could be you seeking attention, because no one, we'll get into it later, but right now it sounded like no one confirmed that you had anything. So why are you speaking on something and you don't know that to be the case? Anyway, we move on, and Wendy is meeting with former Peach holder Peter Thomas, an alumni himself. So they're talking about discussing Nigerian lounge, because that's Peter's field. That's what he does best, even though he's had like a trillion businesses shut down. There's a few bar ones that are hanging on, like standing strong. I believe the one in Charlotte is hanging on tight. The one in DC is still running smooth. I don't know about the others. If y'all know of any of Peter's other restaurants, leave it down below in the comments. So Wendy wants to open her lounge for the kids as well during the day. Like, she wants to make it a multi-business type of thing. Lounge where you party and you drink all night with listening to Nigerian music and eating good Nigerian food. But in the daylight hours in the afternoon, she wants to make it a library for the kids to come and read. And Peter like, no, babe. No. That ain't gonna happen. Nobody wants to come and be getting drunk in the same place where kids are coming to read. Like, if I see a library in the front, I'm not going to the back. I'm turning around. This is inappropriate. This ain't what I'm trying to do. And during those hours, that's right before happy hour. So what are we doing here? Either you gonna open a library or you gonna open up a Nigerian lounge, but you're not gonna do both. So Peter discussed his finances, and Wendy said, like, Eddie really high-key don't want no parts. He wants nothing to do with it. Like, she's not even really handling everything she already has on her plate, so why are you trying to add on more? I agree. If you already feel overwhelmed and you're not really handling everything else you already have on your plate, why are we doing more? Until you get a strong hold on what you got, or hone in on what you want. And then Peter said it might take 2 years for you to get a return on your investment. Maybe we need to think this through. Because right now it's just talk. It's, talk about it, think it through, come up with a game plan. Maybe down the line we can go there. So Ashley meets with her brother and mother and her sister-in-law, I believe. She brings the boys over and they're just having a family night. And she was saying her relationship felt strained in the marriage. And now that they're separated, she can freely be with her family again. So her brother wants her to get a lawyer, of course, because she's going through a divorce. And he's like, well, she, who's handling everything, all the finances and everything. And she's like, oh, Michael is. And she's saying in a confessional, because they're talking about, like, how much money would she get and this and that, and, like, how much would you need to survive. And she's like, I don't really know, because Michael does everything. That's kind of, and me, myself, like, I used to always be like, hey, I want to be a housewife, because I really wanted to take time that I didn't get to have with my son. If I ever had children again, I wanted to take time to really to pour into my children and really teach them and bond with them and have those moments that I didn't get to have before. And I didn't get to have that experience the second time with my daughter, but I would have wanted to have it. But when you are solely depending on someone and you have no idea, they're not keeping you in a loop, like you have no knowledge of the finances, you put yourself in a jam between a rock and a hard place, because it's like, now you don't know what's going on. You don't know how to function, or it's like a financially illiterate, because you haven't been doing it, and it's no fault of her own. These are the roles they accepted. But then when a situation like this happens, you're still relying on him. You don't know if he's doing the right thing or not. I hope he is. But yeah, I agree with her brother. She's serious. But if you not serious and you just trying to, throw it out there like let's get separated so he can step it up a little bit and y'all gonna reconcile, then that's a whole nother story. Which is what the people are trying to say. That's what's going on here. So we see Giselle, and she's trying to figure out what to wear to Karen's spring forward party. And her twins come in, and one of the twins is like, I thought we upgraded the fashions. Like, what? Hold on. So Giselle is just sad because she's going to be an empty nester soon. All her girls are grown. And really, like, after she finally got her house together, like, she's going to have to be an empty nester. So, starting to hit her now because her girls are growing up. So Karen is preparing for her spring fling party, and it's raining really hard. So I'm like, it's giving real spring realness. What's happening with my screen? Karen says she's turning 59. That must be her industry age. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Cause 59, Karen, 59. Okay. If that's what you identify with, be what you want to be, okay? So Karen told Giselle that she's helping her daughter find an apartment. And, they're talking about empty nesters or whatever Giselle's girls growing. Small talk. And then, of course, the most important topic of it all is Ashley's divorce yet again. And they think that she filed for the separation. They're saying filing for divorce, but Ashley said that she had to separate legally for a year first. So she files for separation, and they think she did it just because she wants to get a house. She was tired of living in that penthouse. It was cluttered, it was tight, it was small. She wanted a real house, and they feel like that was just putting the fire up under Michael to get him to get the house. If that's what she did it for, that would have been fine. Just say that. I never saw her. I never thought they were just gonna make it long term. I feel like she could have had a house. She could have had the moon, the stars, everything. She was going to file for divorce eventually anyway because that's just what she wanted to do. But when you're, financially dependent on someone, it's not so easy to just, I'm going to file and I'm never going to talk to you again and this is just about the kids. Like, you can't just cut it off that easy. It's going to take time. So, while Giselle was talking about Ashley, they call her out, after they think she's allegedly lying about the divorce and the separation. While she's saying, because Ashley ends up coming. And they were like, we were just talking about you. And come over here. And then basically Giselle told Ashley to her face, you lied to me. We don't know if Ashley was lying or not, but that's what Giselle said. She said, you was lying. You lied to us you misled us. You led us astray. You said divorce. And they were playing the flashbacks. And, it's just a lie. You're not going to get no house. You're not going to go out and buy a house, even if it's in your business name, because this is a business or is this your home. You're not going to do that with a man that you plan on divorcing. She said, I went through a divorce. It don't make no sense. And she was like, Robyn got the house they have today, the house that they live in right now in this moment is only in Robyn's name. And I'm like, how did Robyn get? Robyn probably like, how I get in this? Shout out to Nene Leaks. You threw Robyn's business all up in there just to prove a point. Giselle, them Green Eye Bandits better address this on their podcast that I don't listen to, but somebody played the clip back for me. So while they're talking about that, then Ashley said, she had a lady part craving for Michael just that same morning. So they ended up doing a do and sleeping together that very day. So it's feeding into y'all really not getting divorced even more. It's just adding fuel to they fire. Giselle and Karen are now telling Candace Ashley's business and talking about the divorce. And we know Candace and Ashley don't really fool with each other like that. Yet here y'all go talking about it. Y'all talking about it to anybody who will listen. Why is it bothering you so bad? Especially you, Karen, because you have a husband. I mean, I know Ray, y'all was going through it for a little while. I thought y'all was back on track. And Giselle, if you just get a man, you wouldn't be so concerned. I mean, we talked about it enough. Give Ashley a moment to process what's going on. If she don't want to leave that man, she's just not going to. Leave it be. So, Candace is she feels that Ashley deserves better and she just can't wait to get to know her, relearn her and get to know her all over again without Michael being in the picture. Because we know those two husbands and them two, and there's a whole thing with them. So yeah. Candace definitely feels like she deserves better. We all feel like she deserves better. She probably feel like she deserves better man-wise, but where's she gonna get the bag on that level? Like, it ain't, it's just not so easy. So she got 2 young kids. So I get it. I had her name on the tip of my tongue, but now I'm reading the name and I feel like I'm gonna mess it up. So I apologize if I said it incorrectly. But Askel, I'm gonna get it right next time because she didn't really say anything this episode. But she's back as a friend to the show, and we really did like her last time. She was good with the fashions, very pretty. I want to know if her parents still live with her. Like, let's catch up, which I'm sure we will. Wendy and her husband arrive, and I love the chocolatey aesthetics. They are aesthetically pleasing. They look like they should just be together. Like, I love it. All that brown skin goodness. So Wendy goes to say hi to Giselle, and she kind of like leans in a little bit. And Giselle's like, what the? Hi from back up and give me 50 feet. I need my 6 feet distance. Back it all the way up. Like, she's like, no touching. She's like yelling at her, like, do not hug me, don't touch me. And then when he was like, I just came to say hi, Giselle. She's like, hi, like, I'm doing fine. I'm blessed and wonderfully made. Bye-bye. She shoos her away. And Wendy's like, she shook me off like I was a flea. Like, goodness. And Giselle was like, that was the fakest SHI I've ever seen. I feel what Giselle, you know what? I appreciate that Giselle wasn't like, oh, hey, girl. Oh, hey, give me a hug. I can definitely appreciate that Giselle did not do that. Like, if you don't see it for her, you feel like she was talking about you. She talked about you. She said she talked about me. She dragged me and my family last season. You talked about her last season, and she retaliated. She didn't come out of thin air. She wanted to be friends with y'all initially. But y'all was talking about each other. So if you don't see it for, you don't see it for. Stand firm on that. Period. So I see Mia's friend going around saying, like, oh, I'm Mia's best friend. I'm Mia's best friend. And then I remember when they were sitting there, they said Mia's best friend in quotes. So I feel like something might pop off with Mia and this friend of hers. We're gonna be seeing. I can tell now. We're gonna be seeing a whole lot more of this friend. She already had her own moment with Karen before Mia even got there. So she letting everybody know, I'm Mia's friend. I'm here. I'm friend to the show, basically. Mia arrives and Giselle confronts her about her Instagram posts and, the whole situation with that. And she low-key tries to throw Karen under the bus. So she was like, yeah, and Karen, and you was over there agreeing with us. You was agreeing. And Karen was like, no. I said, I don't think she should have posted it on Instagram, but I didn't agree with y'all. And Karen's right. She said I agreed. That was kind of weird that she posted it, but let's give her a chance to say what she has to say before we jump to conclusions. So, no, she did not agree with y'all. She just agreed that she shouldn't have posted it. But Giselle want to have allies with her when she goes and gets in somebody else's business. I mean, Mia posted it, so now it's everybody's business, so I'll give her that. Mia was like, you talking about my health when I got a call, and they were saying, I may have this, I may have that, and you talking about my health? Like, you think I would do this about my health? Girl, F you. And it's to be continued. So we're going to see the rest next week. Let me know what y'all think about this first episode. Like, should we keep reviewing the Potomac Wives? Might as well. So let me know. Subscribe, hit the like, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a family member. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.